Bully Ray woke up stupid today and decided to spit out the worst wrestling take of 2022 already. As many of you are aware, Jon Moxley returned to AEW this past Wednesday after taking the last 3 months off because he entered rehab for his alcohol addiction. It was a very understandable reason, and almost every single Jon Moxley fan was happy about it because we want to see him get the help that he needs. I think it was very noble for him to make that decision. I'm sure it was also very difficult, but he wanted to get better for himself, his family, and AEW. You gotta have nothing but respect for the man. And after 3 months, Moxley returned to AEW Dynamite to cut a really good promo. He explained his demons, and I thought it came off as very relatable. It was definitely one of his best promos of all time in my opinion, just because of how real and authentic and important the conversation was. One dumb fan did try to ruin it, but Moxley wasn't having it at all.
Hey, go yourself. Get that guy out of here. Piece of shit.
A couple of days later, and now we got another idiot trying to spoil the moment. Unfortunately, it's not just a random fan in attendance, it is a wrestling legend and WWE Hall of Famer, Bully Ray. On his podcast, he reflected on Mox's return, stating that he believed Moxley owed an apology to AEW fans for leaving to enter rehab. This is what he had to say.
I would like to have heard just a little bit of accountability from Jon. I understand the whole demons thing, and we always use the word demons as a creative word to get around the real issues, whether it's an alcohol issue, whether it's a drug issue. In Tommy's case, it's an eating issue. Everybody has some kind of demon that they have to get around. So, okay, we have our demons. These demons got the best of Jon for a time period where he had to step away from AEW. I would have liked to have heard him say a bit of an apology to the AEW fans. You don't have to apologize to the boys, even though the boys do count on you. But any one of those guys and gals could have the same problems that you did. And trust me, I came up in an era where a slew of men and women had their demons. The fans expect a little bit more from you. Like, what about the fans that bought tickets to see AEW and Jon Moxley while Jon was away taking care of his problems? And I'm very happy that he left and took care of his problem. And he looked incredibly healthy last night.
He looked great last night.
And I loved everything that he said. I just would have loved to have heard a little bit of accountability. And I don't know if I'm sorry is necessarily the right word, but maybe endear yourself a little bit to the crowd.
I did not like those comments at all. It comes across as extremely uncompassionate and blissfully ignorant. Bully Ray explains that he understands the situation, but I don't think he actually understands or empathizes with Jon Moxley. You could say you do, but that doesn't mean you actually do. If you look at Jon Moxley from 3 months ago, it was very clear that the man was not healthy. He did not look okay. When the news broke out that he was going to get some help, there was nothing but love and support from AEW and wrestling fans across the world. We understand that addictions can be a serious problem, and we wanted nothing more than for Jon Moxley to receive the help that he needed to get better. Just to admit that you have a problem and publicly let the world know, that is very tough, but I'm sure Mox was very appreciative of everyone's support. It just makes no sense for Bully Ray to come out on this podcast and say this outlandish take. I did not see one single tweet or comment from anybody on the internet saying that they thought that Moxley owed them an apology, so for Bully Ray to come up with this conclusion that he owed us this is kind of ridiculous. The promo he cut was great, like I said, and it was extremely inspiring. I thought it was perfectly handled the way it was. I feel like Bully Ray's comments were just made to get people talking about his podcast, and if they weren't and he actually meant everything he said, then that is just a horrible and distasteful take. Regardless of whichever it is, I think that he owes Jon Moxley an apology, and whether or not Jon Moxley accepts is up to him, because what you said was really out of pocket, my dude. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.